Hi guys, this is part 2 of the Happy Birthday project. So let's get to it. We've already found our backdrops and our sprites, so let's start with the coding. With the introduction backdrops. To code the introduction backdrops, first of all, we need to set the backdrop to the very first one. And then we can play some music. So let's say I start the Scott Holmes music. Okay, that's done. And now to make sure that the introductory paragraphs play smoothly, we need an if then else block wrapped around for everyone. So let's get to it. Okay, so if the backdrop number is greater than, in this space we're supposed to fill in the last of your introductory backdrop. So let's say I choose 270, because in my case that's my very last one. So if the backdrop number is greater than 270, then we need to make sure that we wait for half a second. We stop this script and we broadcast a message. This message will come in use later in this coding. Or else we should go onto the next backdrop. But in my opinion, I would like a tiny wait. So let's say instead of 1 second, we just do 0.01 seconds. Yay, that's perfect. Now we made a deal to make sure that the introduction flows on smoothly. After that, we also need to make sure that when the space key is pressed, we go on to the next backdrop because of the personalized message to get to the spotlight. Okay, so now let's go onto the buttons. Okay, so when the flag is clicked, first of all, we want to set its size. Let's set its size to 100, and we want to set its area in the screen to 0 in the middle. And we also want to make sure that it's hidden. Okay, now we want to make sure about the backdrop switching. So let's go. So basically, when the backdrop switches to the very last slide of the introduction, let's say that's it, then we should show ourselves. Obviously we need to show ourselves, and again we need an if then else block wrapped around a forever. Okay, so basically if the size is greater than, in my case, I prefer 300. So if the size is greater than 300, it should simply just stop this script. Once it stops this script, we need to, if it stops the script, or else it should, let's say, we make it wait for 0.01 seconds. Okay, 0.01 seconds now. And obviously, we need to increase the size by, in my opinion, I'd like to go gradually by 10. Perfect! Now we also need introductory. Now we need when the sprite is clicked. Obviously, when the sprite is clicked, it opens up with an automated pop sound. So we want that sound to be applied. Let's start the pop sound. And then, when the sprite is clicked, we also want to make sure that it hides itself. Perfect. So after it hides itself, it also needs to, when the flag is clicked, we want to make sure that we go onto a certain sprite. So we switch, our costume. Let's say I switch my costume to the beginning costume. Okay, that's done. And we also need to make sure that we are hidden. Okay. Now, when the backdrop switches to spotlight, because that's what we need. Okay, when the backdrop switches to spotlight, because this is the writing. Okay, that's perfect. So when the backdrop switches to spotlight, you need to position it. once we positioned it, we need to wait. Let's say I'm gonna grab a few of these. Okay, we need to wait for 2 seconds, and then to get some sort of effect, we need to show ourselves. Okay, we need to show ourselves, and then we want to wait another 2 seconds. Okay, so we wait another. Oh my gosh! So once we wait 2 seconds, we have to hide. So it's 2 seconds is probably enough time for the reader to read the message. Then I suggest we just wait for, I guess, half a second or more. And then what we want to do is go on to the next costume. We want to show ourselves. And then we want to wait another 2 seconds. And then we want to hide ourselves. And the end is that we broadcast a message, which is cake options, and we need to wait. Waiting means that it waits to receive the message. Now for this part. So basically, when the flag is clicked, we have to hide. And then when you receive cake options, which was broadcasted in the previous show, in the previous sprite, it will wait for 4 seconds and it hides. So basically, 4 seconds is supposed to be sufficient enough for the person to choose their cake and for the birthday song to start playing. Perfect! In the next video, we'll be talking about how to code these cakes. So stay tuned and see you later. Bye!